and Bodybuilding, or B&B, although I think that's already been taken by the whole bed and breakfast franchise. Greedy bastards. Right, training wise, bodybuilding wise, food wise, it's been a pretty solid week, like nothing spectacular. I think in terms of eating to start with, like I've had to almost kind of ease off a bit. Like I found that in the lead up to the meet, I was eating so much food, like it just kind of, I found it really hard. The last couple of days, leading up to Sunday, I was really struggling. Like I was feeling sick and stuff. I was really eating a lot of food. So since the meet, like I kind of needed a break. I had a couple of days where I didn't really eat that much, like nowhere near as much as I have been, just simply because I felt like I needed to kind of just ease off it and just kind of give my body a rest from eating so much. Kind of back to normal the last few days. Feeling pretty good now. In terms of training, obviously I had Monday as a rest day after the meet, and then from that point on, just kind of got back into the normal swing of things. Did some pretty decent sessions, to be fair. I always find that, because I was leading up to the meet, in the week prior to that, I didn't do almost any bodybuilding at all, because there was, there's obviously no point. I didn't want to, impede my recovery. I wanted to make sure I was obviously flying and fresh for the meet. So that meant that going into this week, I hadn't really done any bodybuilding for about a week. So then I had that kind of period where everything feels awesome and you're like super pumped and the session feels really good. So that's been quite nice. Yeah, it's been pretty solid in general. I think when you watch my road to the British Champs, I've kind of started to ramp it up again. In terms of overall, I mean, I don't know how much I'm going to weigh. I think I would expect possibly to have lost a bit, maybe be around the same. I'll put you out of misery right now and do the weigh-in. So, as is always the case here, I'm going to use my incredibly skilled feet to operate the weighing system, aka the scales. Let's get on these bad boys. Oh my god. There you go, 99.4 kilograms. So I guess I was kind of right in my prediction. Let me get my own, just calculate that. So 99.4 kilos. Oh crap, 99.4, which is in pounds, 219 pounds. So, I mean, that's pretty much the same as I was prior to the comp and at the comp. So, kind of what I imagine. And to be fair, it's not too bad, because I didn't eat. In fact, it's quite surprising, because I'm sure I haven't eaten as much food this week. But yeah, my weight's kind of maintained. I've kind of hit a bit of a plateau, I guess, weight-wise. I'm thinking if I just carry on doing what I'm doing, it will just gradually increase in the lead up to the British Champs, which I guess would make sense. Like, I don't want to, I feel like to really get heavy, I'd have to go pretty berserk. Like, I've eaten a lot of food recently. I think that is probably not sustainable. Like, it will be hard work. So I figure if I just keep doing what I'm doing at the moment, it will just gradually increase. Because I've got another like 3 months, so I don't want to get really heavy and then have to kind of cut down. So I guess keep doing what I'm doing, and then things should go in the right direction. Anyway, this is getting boring. So without further ado, I will hand you over to me of the future, or past, because I've already done the voiceover, and you can enjoy some training and some food. And we're rolling. So this is a chest and triceps bodybuilding workout from earlier in the week. Now, it wasn't particularly extensive, purely because it was the first one back after my competition, and I was a bit kind of drained, and plus I kind of wanted to get out of the gym fairly quickly. So, started off with some heavy chest dumbbell press. Well, I mean, whenever I'm doing chest, I'll always do the heavy stuff first. So things like this that obviously require a lot of stabilizers and stuff. Always best to do it first and leave the machine weights for later on. I did 5 sets of kind of, I think about 6 to 8 reps. I was going fairly heavy. That was one of the last sets. And I did those as drop sets. Then I went on to some tricep overhead extensions with the kind of mini barbells. Now in this workout, I did something I've been doing for quite fairly recently, quite kind of consistently, and that is not doing as many exercises, but doing quite a lot of sets. Like I like to mix things up, and I range from kind of doing maybe 3 or 4 exercises for a muscle group and only 3 or 4 sets, to doing like maybe only 1 or 2 exercises but then doing a lot of sets, you know, doing like kind of 6, 7, maybe even 8 sets. So here I think I did literally, you see the rack in the background there, I think I pretty much went the entire way up and then down the down the rack. So from the heaviest one up to the kind of literally the very lightest one. So maybe like 8 sets in total, all of them in the kind of 10 to 12 rep range. And I like doing these with a little bit of shoulder extension, so just letting my arms go over my head a little bit. And I mean, yeah, with the kind of the drop sets, obviously it's one of those situations where you get to the lightest one and you obviously kind of are praying that no one walks into the gym at that moment, because it could be very embarrassing. Whenever that does happen, I tend to scream at the person, "This is my drop set," just to kind of save face in that scenario. And then here I've gone back to some chest work, so some machine chest flies. I do a lot of these. I really like this machine. Again, about 6 or 7 sets, with the last couple of sets as drop sets, all in the 8 to 12 rep range. And again here, mixing it up by alternating muscle groups. So obviously I did chest first, tricep second, and then back to chest. Just another way to vary your training and make sure you don't plateau. So my friends, that is my bodybuilding stuff from the week. Now, without further ado, let's watch some dirty, sneaky food. Back from the gym, and it is dinner time. And someone forgot to get the meat out of the freezer last night, so we don't have any. So we're gonna have our kind of go-to backup meal, which is tortellini, spinach and ricotta to be precise. 2 of these. Now I know what you're thinking, it's not a great amount of protein here, you'd be correct in that assumption, plus calories aren't like incredible, so whenever you find yourself in this scenario, hello, just use some frickin' cheese. This is my kind of go-to compensator. Whenever you are lacking on calories, just stick loads of cheese in there. And I also have a singular stock cube, which I will add to the water to make like a broth, and that is literally the ingredients of my meal. So I'm going to get this on the go and then catch up with you, should I say, shortly. And here we have it. So that is spinach and ricotta tortellini with cheese, and if you look there carefully, the cheese is like melting nicely. Melted cheese is probably one of the only things that's better than actual cheese. It's freaking awesome, and of course, like I said, it adds to the protein, adds to the calories. It's just pretty easy. Now this is not, there's a few calories there, it's not a massively calorie dense meal. There is some more tortellini over there which I'll probably grab after this, but to be honest, I kind of feel like I'm having a bit of a break from bulking this week. Like leading up to my competition, I was going so hard, like I was eating a lot of food. Like I think people underestimate. I think people think that like, oh, bulking is so fun, just eat loads of crap. But actually, it's pretty friggin' hard. Like after the novelty wears off, just kind of making, you're essentially force feeding yourself. And I found it really, last couple of days I definitely struggled. So now I feel like my body's kind of having a break from eating. Like I'm still obviously eating enough to make sure I recover and everything else, but I'm not going out of my way to eat more food because, yeah, I'm just, I don't know, like it's pretty, I never thought I'd say this, but like the last day I kind of enjoyed just not really worrying about eating, just kind of eating where I want and not thinking about trying to eat loads. It's quite good, but obviously we'll have to get back on the bulking bandwagon, because otherwise this series will become void. So I'm going to eat this. I also have some orange juice, which is 100% pure squeezed with bits, not from concentrate. I'm just having this because it's calories, and of course it's like vitamins and stuff, and it's got a natural burst of goodness and should be enjoyed, of course, as part of a healthy lifestyle that includes a balanced, varied diet and exercise. Fascinating. So yeah, I'll have this. Dessert wise, haven't even thought about it yet, but you perverts won't get to see that, so unlucky. I'll catch you later. Please like, comment, share, subscribe as always, and I'll see you tomorrow.